Hi, my name is Sierra. I'm 26 and I'm from Philly.
How you doing today, Miss Sierra?
I'm doing pretty okay. At least I'm trying to be.
You know, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome to Open Diary.
I mean, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
You said you're from Philadelphia, right?
Yes.
Where did you grow up at?
Predominantly, I grew up down the neighborhood of Frankfurt, but I've been kind of like all over the place.
And how was your childhood?
I mean, it wasn't the worst, but honestly, I wasn't. I don't know, like it just I never really was nurtured as a child. At least that's how I felt. I felt like my family didn't really want me around.
You grew up in a household with your mother and father.
I grew up with my mom.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have three siblings. Unfortunately, one of my siblings passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, you know, how did you get introduced to drugs?
Well, it all started one year. I was down Virginia. Just I followed this boy that I was with, like fucking with, because he went down to Virginia, lived with his mom and shit, and he used to leave me in the house by myself all the time. And I would be bored. His neighbor actually introduced me to powder, cocaine. And I would do it with her every once in a while, or whatever. And then like I came back to Philly. I stopped for a couple years because it really wasn't no like deep shit for me. But then like I started doing it again periodically, just like a once a week thing. When PUA was popping and shit, I had all this money. I would just do it for a couple days or whatever. But then I started getting these bad sinus infections and all types of shit, and it was irritating. And I ain't never know what hard was. I never knew what crack was, I guess, until I found out that it was just what I was putting in my nose. I'm like, all right, fuck it, it's might as well smoke it because I was already smoking weed. Because I was always scared. I was always scared to try crack. Like I was so scared to try it because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was dope, but when I found out that I was doing it already, it's like fuck it. I'd rather smoke it.
And is crack cocaine the only drug that you use?
Yes, that, and I smoke weed sometimes.
And how much crack a day would you say you use?
I smoke all day, every day, and night until my body decides it wants to shut down. Honestly, it's really kind of bad. I stay up for days at a time, back to back to back to back. I smoke a lot. I don't know how I smoke as much as I do. Like I don't know where it be coming from, how I be, how I be even accumulating so much. But I smoke a lot.
And how do you support your habit?
I just like do random ass little hustles trying to get a couple dollars. Like I'll just walk around all day, just try to get at least enough for one little tray or one little nick at a time. And so, I get tired of it.
And it's a lot of hard work in that, ain't it?
Yeah. I try to like, especially at nighttime, I try to like just rip and run. I'll go back and forth. I try to keep myself awake at night because I'm down here in this dangerous neighborhood, and females be getting hurt down here at nighttime. So I try not to go to sleep at all. Like I try to make sure that I don't get caught lacking because like I'd rather just be up running around all night than to be sitting there knocked out somewhere and all these dangerous men just randomly coming up to me doing whatever they want. I'm not for that.
And what's your living situation at the moment?
Right now, I'm homeless.
So where do you sleep?
Well, I was sleeping in a bando here and there when I would sleep, but I don't feel safe like sleeping in there by myself. Right now, I'm kind of like just by myself right now, so I don't sleep at all down here. I don't sleep down here. I just run around all night, and that's it. I don't sleep anywhere.
Do you ever consider going into a shelter?
I thought about it, but I keep wanting to smoke, and if I'm running back and forth, I can't go to a shelter doing it.
I respect that. You know, thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, I know it sounds dumb, but that's just how it like when you really like get those cravings. It's like you don't want to sit down. You want to hurry up and get it.
And do you have any between sober time?
Sometimes, most of the time when I am sober, I if I can't get nothing at all, I sleep.
Well, what would you say is the most, sober time you had?
Well, recently, I was with family for like about almost a month in December, and I made it to a whole week without no coke at all. And I was proud of myself, but I was still doing it.
Well, you still young. It ain't too late to, turn it around.
I know.
Do you think about going into rehab?
Think about it all the time.
So what you think it would take for you to actually, make it there?
Honestly, I'm going through a little situation right now that's probably gonna like that. I think this is gonna push me to go very soon because I don't know. It's just a lot going on right now, and it's just something going on that's like a real eye opener for me. Like I have to push myself to get better because it's just getting too real.
And what are some of your hobbies, that you like? What do you like doing?
Well, before I was smoking, I used to like to draw and I used to do piercings. I like to sing, rap, all that. But now I don't do anything but smoke. Honestly, like I don't do nothing but
Well,
smoke.
like I said, you're still young, it seems like you're very talented. Do you have any songs or rap on Instagram or YouTube?
Not posted up like currently. I had my raps on Instagram on my page, but they took my page down. And somebody posted me on their story the other day, rapping one of my songs that I wrote a couple years ago.
And what name do you go by as an artist?
I used to go by CC the Brat.
I can't wait for you to clean up because I know you'll get back into your music, and I'm just dying to hear it.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit on my heart that I definitely want to put into my music. But we taking it day by day.
That's all we could do, and never give up because I know you're strong enough to beat this addiction, and hopefully you decide to come off these streets because we know it's dangerous. And speaking of it being dangerous, since you've been out here, have you witnessed or been a part of any horror stories?
I found two people dead recently. That was kind of like a bro. It was a crazy experience for me because I never found nobody that like I found them. I'm the one that had like I was the first person to know that he died type shit, and it's like damn, like you feel kind of fucked up about it because it's like one, I never seen a freshly dead body up close like that before. It was like really like heartbreaking. And two is like when you witness somebody that's dead and you the first person to know that they took their last breath already. Is like you can't help but feel like a weird weight on your heart, like you almost feel like you're responsible for like making sure somebody knows this type shit. It's like, but who do you go to? You don't know this person. This is a random person on the street. You can go and call authorities and shit, get the body picked up. But like, all you can think about is like they got a family out there somewhere, and is their family even going to know or ever find out that their loved one is gone? It's like really, I don't know. Like that's just heavy on my mind.
Well, unfortunately, life is precious and we're not promised tomorrow. So when you seen that body, did it make you think or feel like you got to make change because that could be you?
Yeah. The first one that I seen, he froze to death. And he was laying there for the whole night. People just walking past him. And I walked up to him. I was trying to see if he was breathing. He wasn't breathing. Checked his pulse. Pulse wasn't there. I tried to lift him up a little bit, and he was just stiff, and I ain't never experienced it before. It was like really, I don't know. It was crazy. His fucking face was frozen to this metal that he was laying on, and I ain't never seen no shit like that before.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I got 4 children.
Are you still in contact with them?
I could be. I don't want to right now, cause like I rather my kids not see me at all than see me like this. I'm gonna just be honest.
And how far did you go in school?
I made it to 11th grade. I repeated ninth, so I technically did all 4 years of high school, and I had to drop out my last year. They was gonna let me graduate, but I had my first baby in the middle of the school year, and that kind of like fucked it up because I had a whole lot of like makeup work I had to do. By the time that I was able to get my makeup work in, I couldn't get my credits, and my counselor just told me that I might as well just go and get my GED. So I tried to do that, it didn't work out, and I tried to go back to school, and it never worked out. So I just
Well, never give up. You could, it ain't too late. You could still go back and, get that GED. It would be a great accomplishment.
yeah.
Do you have any work history?
Yeah, I do. I haven't had a lot of jobs, but I do have some experience working. I don't like working, but it did keep me busy. My last job, I did kind of like my job, and it just gave me something to do throughout the day. This was before I even started doing this shit.
And what kind of job did you have?
My last job, I was an assistant manager at Family Dollar.
Well, that's great leadership. You was assistant manager, so that means you got leadership qualities. So once you clean up, maybe you could go back and you could run the store.
Yeah, maybe.
But we just gotta keep hope.
Yeah.
So when you look in the mirror, what do you see?
I don't like who I see when I look in the mirror. It's not me. I don't recognize that person.
Well, if there's one thing in your life that you could go back and change, what would that be?
Trying this drug.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Trying this drug in the first place.
And if people, watching that like to judge an addict, what would you say to them?
Don't just judge somebody based off of your perception of what they do. Don't judge them by the drug that they're doing. Don't judge them by the way that they look. None of that. Try to like dig it a little deeper, and actually in a human perspective, there's a reason why they got there in the first place. Try to think about what they went through that made them pick that drug up in the first place, and why they're acting like that, why they're so strung out, and why they're so comfortable with how they are. Because you never know what a person's going through. Everybody that's out here like this, it's not fun. This shit is not fun to do. It's not fun to live like this. It's not nobody doing it to party and fucking have fun. Motherfuckers is doing this to survive in a mental sense. Like, people really going through it in a way that they feel like they can't get through the day without being numb, because some shit just too hard to handle.
And if the people that's watching this, if they want to help you, what kind of support do you believe you need, for you to take that first step forward and change your life and get sober again?
I don't really know. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't know what type of specific support I need. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to pray for you because, I believe in you. And I know one day when I see you again, you'll be, turned around, and maybe you will come back and help the next person.
All I ever wanted to do is like be a voice to people. Ever since I was younger, all I wanted to do is like try to help people. I love helping people. Anytime that I can make somebody's day, even just in the slightest bit, just make somebody smile, laugh, or anything, it just makes me feel good inside. Like, it makes me feel like I have a purpose, like I matter, because I usually don't feel like I matter. I usually don't feel like I'm doing anything right. So when I do, you look out for people and make their day a little bit better somehow. Like, it just makes me feel like I finally did something right at least one time.
Well, if nobody else told you, I want to be the first person to tell you today that yes, you do matter. You know, you're very important and you loved by so many. You just gotta get ready to to make that change because even you said you don't smoke fentanyl, but even smoking the crack, I'm hearing the stories of people putting fentanyl in that.
Yeah, especially down here, it's really dangerous. Like, but when you just trying to get through the day, you just trying to get to the next day, you stop caring.
Well, do you still care? Well, let me phrase that. Do you care about yourself?
I want to start caring about myself.
And that'd be a good thing. But I'm going to care for you, and I want you to care for yourself. Would you be able to do that for me? Start caring for yourself?
Trying to, just taking everything day by day, step by step. It's hard.
Well, for everybody watching this, video, we're going to all keep her in our prayers. And before we, end this interview, is there anything else you would like to say before we go?
No, I'm okay. I don't have nothing else to say.
Well, I want to thank you, for having courage to share your story. And once again, I'm going to pray for you. And I know all the supporters, they're going to pray for you also.
Thank you.
And always remember, you do matter. So thank y'all for tuning in. And to the next time on Open Diary, we'll be back. And hopefully, sometime in the future, she'll come back and do her success story because I know she have it in her. She's full of life. She just need a helping hand. And with that, we out.